hope everybody's sitting down from all the excitement of Strongsville. What's going on, YouTube world? Michael, Steve, Vincenzo at some point. IRP 226. Go over our very detailed, very lengthy, some card show in Ohio. So I mean that pretty much negates any importance right out of the gate. Our breakfast meals, what we enjoy, that's probably the most important topic of the night. How we find joy in the hobby.
Or lack thereof.
I don't know what else. I mean, there's playoffs coming up from other sports, but again, not really caring about the NBA because it's the NBA. Hockey, yes, but again, I haven't followed shit. It's just been a really like a mundane everything where it's like I'll check scores, I'll set my fantasy lineups. I'm not going back and like who did what. I'll check free agents for these particular leagues. Like, hey, last 7 days, what have you done? Can I swap you out with something? And that's it. I'm not sitting there looking at highlights. Softball's the only thing I'm looking at, and then finally got a game in Friday. Last night's was postponed because we got snow up here in the morning. So it was like 30 degrees out, and I'm like, yes. And today it's like 50 and sunny, and tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy, and we got a game tomorrow. And just
we're supposed to have over 3 inches of rain over the next few days. We're saturated.
I know the Australian dude. He's storm chasing by Wichita or south of Wichita right now, but there's nothing.
Yeah, I heard there could be some nasty stuff tonight.
Yeah, he said mostly after midnight, but
yeah.
And then tomorrow, Nebraska, Iowa. I think he was looking at.
Yeah.
But again, it's anytime there's a storm. I think last year it was the same thing when all that stuff like hit Iowa. I don't know if there was like a game that day. There's supposed to be a game that day. And I got home and I started like texting maybe you, Michael, because I know you got family up that way, or you did. I'm like, or somebody's in some of the A town, like east of Ottumwa.
Agency. That's where my sister and my dad live.
So I was like, because that's when the tornado came up through there, I think.
Yeah, it was. It got within 10 miles of them.
Too close for comfort.
Way too close. You could see it probably. If you went out to look, you could probably see it.
Right. Yeah, it's a little too close for comfort.
It always seems that way when there's good weather. There's got to be a softball game going on. It's not like one to watch. It's one I've got to be at, and so.
Yeah, worst timing to start the softball season for you every year, it seems.
And it's dumb because I've talked to a couple people and they're like, I don't know why they don't flop softball and volleyball.
Yeah, because volleyball's indoors. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
Exactly.
But now they're talking like, oh, well, that's the club teams. Like, fuck the club teams. You got club teams for everything. So late softball in fall when you can start it in fucking August.
Yeah.
Run the championship. At least up here, you can run the championship. A week we have MEA, like the Minnesota Educators Association or something, middle of October.
Yeah.
You're still 50 degrees maybe. Up here, maybe not, but have the championships in fucking Minneapolis, and it's usually 50 down there, and that's good enough. It's better than sitting in snow and flurries and postponing all these stupid-ass games, so next week is just going to be a shit show. I'm going to be so fucking tired. And then the first full week of May, I'm going to be so fucking tired. Because we're going to have to figure out something that week, because I think that one day off is Thursday for games. So,
damn.
I don't know. It's just... So if you see me sleeping...
'Tis the season, though.
You know,
I know it's just
We've found a way to finagle our way through it the last couple years. Like we'll make it work one way or the other. And if that means we have a week off, like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Shit happens.
content.
yeah.
Strongsville. Vintage.
I did see a shit ton of those videos, and I didn't watch any of them, but
I
I figured it out through a few different things that it was a vintage show.
Yep. The bulk of it.
Yay!
I did
What's
like.
the thing?
I know
Great.
Ed put it. I know Ed put it in the freaking group chat. You know, I did watch JT's because, like, I like JT. JT's a good dude. But again, you know, of course, Ed and his mwahaha type situation. It's all about Strongsville being touted as all vintage, and you know, JT found modern. Like you can't keep
You can't
modern
keep
out
either
of
one
anything.
of them out of either.
Yeah, no,
Everybody's
you
shows.
can't. Yeah, it's just not
Because in a perfect world, there would be no vintage at National, and it would all be there.
correct. So
Including the people.
Yeah. Yep.
But speaking of JT, so this was mentioned last week since we actually got a few more people in here. He did throw in an extra. So we had talked about a card that I had acquired through him. He had picked it up at a show and thought of me instantly, but this was an extra to 249. So color match, even though he's not really in the orange jersey, but still wasn't expecting that. But this was the card I purchased. 2024 Luminance Axis autographs, 1 of 1. So easy deal. JT's probably one of the easiest people to deal with when it comes to picking up stuff, buying stuff. Like, so I always appreciate, like, it's the second time he's reached out to me specifically for a 101. And I mentioned this last week, though, too. The first one, bad timing. This one, after everything that had transpired, you know, house being sold, I had funds, that type of stuff. Like, I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to pick it up. Plus, it made him a little bit of money. He was able to move it fast. It's all about helping good people. And JT's good people. So yeah, that's if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much the first card I've picked up this year. And it's April.
Minus box breaks.
That's why I said card,
breaks.
PC card. And we do have some stuff on tap later on. Probably won't open it all because it's quite a bit. But for those who give a shit, this is what I do have set aside. And I do actually have a few other things coming, but they won't be here for a while. We've got a retail box of 24 Donruss football. This is all football, by the way. We got the worst retail product for Prism this year, but again, what the hell? Supporting another fellow individual within the community who doesn't make videos anymore, but our good friend Ryan, RBI Crew 7, I bought this from him. We've got a Gravity Feed box of Rookies and Stars. This is all about the rookies, and I think that there's red, blue, yellow press proofs, I think, also in these. I don't know how often they fall. And then the newly released 24 optic mega box, which everybody is touting these as shitty compared to the blaster. I've watched enough videos. It's probably an accurate statement, but this was the first drop I was able to get were megas. And normally I only buy 2 megas to sit on of most products that I buy. I went ahead and bought 3 just for the simple fact that like I may not get a chance to open optic. So I bought 3 for at least the ability to open something optic related. And then I bought 3 value packs or fat packs. Those will be here tomorrow along with rookies and stars fat packs, only because those have like 12 rookies per pack. And for $15 to get 12 rookies, like that's, to me, that's a no-brainer. Even though rookies and stars, like the base rookies don't sell for a shit ton, but still, like it's all about the rookie. And so, and then I don't know when I'll get them, but I bought a retail box of optic and then a sealed box of fat packs of optic as well. And those are very hit and miss, but again, some of this stuff I don't buy for like the chance of hitting something huge. Granted, yeah, that would be nice. I'm doing it for the rookies. That's all I give a shit about. If I get something huge, great. If I don't, who cares? And for those who missed last week, go watch about the last 30 minutes of last week's show. That was fun. That was fun. Well, it's that too, depending on who you ask. But
And I'll just show a card.
That's a pretty chunky card.
Not new, of course. That's
no. An autograph version of that card out of 5 recently sold for $1,000.
It doesn't surprise me.
Like, damn. Joey did not win it. Somebody, and it was somebody else in one of the Packers groups were in that got it. Guy I hadn't heard of before. It's very nice. But Joey won a monster. I don't think it was it last night? Yeah, I think it was last night. All a round of JD Worley's stuff was rolling off last night. A whole bunch of stuff. Joey won. Grant won a bunch of shit from him. And he listed some more, I think, on Sunday or Monday. And one of them was, that the quantum number set out of 21.
Yep.
He listed a Favre.
Oh.
But I told Grant, I said, go for it. He goes, I'm not bidding unless you say it's okay. I said, no, go ahead and go for it, because I won something a few days ago that I was like, okay, I'm happy with that. I just got to wait for it to come in, because I know based on what the Worley stuff has done, I haven't even been within $100 of what I think stuff's going to sell for. I've been so far off.
So obliterated.
Yeah, like this Favre to me is probably, $450, $500 card in my mind. It'll probably sell for $8, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, Sai's got one up that I don't know. It just depends where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad I have my TD from that set already. I got that years ago.
Yeah, he TD's listed as well, along with Favre and Randy Moss as well. Last round was the Barry Sanders, and it brought 9.
Damn.
Barry is the guy. He's the guy that sells for the most from that era. And it's not close. Well, I mean, because I consider Brady after that era.
Yeah. Like I'd consider it like Montana, Young, Rice.
Yes.
Emmett, Aikman, Favre,
Marino.
Yep.
Yeah, and Barry sets the pace.
Manning would be after it too.
He's Manning's after it to me as well.
It'd be like Manning, Moss, Brady of like the next like wave, if you will.
Yeah, I was trying to find what I shared in the group chat, because I know, like, I didn't send this to Michael. I had sent this to the group chat because I watched this thing end, and I told myself, I even told the kiddo, I was like, this thing's going to sell for over $500, and it did.
Oh, damn.
So PSA 10, and like Joe, I won't say argued with me, but I was like, this is also inclusive of the PSA 10 tax. Granted, I understand there's only 2 copies, but these are acetate and somewhat condition sensitive from
Yes,
scratches.
they are.
So I'm like, this one hurt because I had never seen a TD edition for Terrell Davis for anything for that year because they're all numbered to 2.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
holy crap. Show the actual, do you have a picture of the actual card? Because I'm trying, I know some of them. I don't necessarily know if that's the one I know.
Yeah,
There's one that I was looking at of another player. I think at one point I had the Chris Redmond Fleer Focus Sparklers TD edition, but that was numbered to like 38 because he had a big year at Louisville the year before. So I mean,
I've seen a Favre touchdown edition of one of the things, but I believe it was like a die cut that was shaped like a bomb.
Yep, that's one I was looking at a specific player.
Seek and deploy, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right. And I don't remember what Favre's touchdown number was for those.
Probably between probably like a 26 and 34. Somewhere
that would be my guess, would be somewhere in that range, anywhere from like 19 to 30.
Yeah, give me a second, Michael. I've already kicked it out of my ended
auctions
listing. So
I was just curious because I honestly didn't know that they carried it across different inserts. I thought it was just the one.
No, they have TD edition for. I don't think they have it for all of them. But I like it's damn near close to every insert for that year.
Yeah, because then the Focus was, it wasn't TD edition, it was I think round edition. Because it was like, okay, let's say you were the first pick.
So that's
that's the one that's the one I was thinking of, the star-studded. It's
and then the back.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
because it even it says touchdown edition.
Honestly, I bet the person who won that card feels like they got a steal.
Because if I'm being honest, I don't blame them. Like, here's the thing. Like, I watched it from the beginning. I was like, holy fuck. Like, I'm sitting there going, okay, if this goes for what I consider reasonable, but as I started watching, I'm like, this thing's going to go over $500, well over $500. And I'm like, could I buy it? Absolutely. Like that wasn't a question. Like I that was not the issue.
Right.
But it was like,
knowing what you paid on so many other things,
and see,
how do you spend that on that card?
That's where I like the most I've ever paid for a TD card was $600, and that was the Leaf Limited Quad Patch Auto 101. That's what I sit there and I think about.
Yeah,
that was easy to justify that cost. No questions, no ifs, ands, buts. Like, hands down, that was an easy decision.
Yep.
This one, I went back and forth, and I'm just like, yeah, it hurts because I've never seen a TD edition for him on anything. But on the flip side, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now I'm watching something else that's probably going to go for $600 or $700, and that's the card I'm going to go for.
Okay, good.
And it's huge. I'm not even going to tell you what it is.
No.
But it's huge.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it in quite a few years. I've seen them in the past. it's the worst time to try and buy said card just because the hobby is still fairly hot, but I don't give a shit at this point. Like, I want that card.
Well, there you go. And that's what matters. And that's what happened with me with the card I won the other day. My bid was the nuclear bid. If somebody had bid up to close to what I had bid, I'd be like, okay, I just spent an awful lot of money on this card. And I still did, but it wasn't even within $200 of my max bid. But
like,
it was
I'm going to send this to you, Michael. I don't
Okay.
want to spoil it here because, like,
Okay.
I don't want, like, I know you're not going to go try and bid on it and go after it against me.
No, I will shoot you over the pic of what I have coming in.
Okay.
Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm going now.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're going to the same spot.
Chats. Where is Michael? There you are. Oh, yeah. Nice.
I'm so happy. That card was so high on my list.
You should actually see the picture of mine too. Already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's already almost at the same price that the TD edition sold for already. And there's, I think, 3 days left.
Yeah, that card's
But I don't
insane.
care. Yeah, I don't care. It's there's 2 triples that I need, and that's one of them. And that's the most expensive one that I still need.
The bid that I placed on the card that I sent was $784.04 because I was like, I'm not losing this card because FedEx lost the last one.
Yeah, and I seeing that when you brought that up last week, I'm sitting there going, man, that is something that I just like. That would gut me because it's been a couple years, maybe 18 months since I've seen that one. And I don't remember what the last one sold for. And I don't give a shit about the grade. As you very well know, I'm not buying it for the grade. I'll probably crack the fucker out of it. Yeah. But and Dave, like when we go in after hours, I'll spill the beans. But again, like I don't want to spoil it for everybody here in the event that like something happens and I get completely obliterated.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing was the one that I had won back in. It was a little over a year ago to the date. It was March 17th, 2024 when I won it.
Oh wow!
I won it all in, taxes, shipped, everything for $315.64.
Oh,
this one was this. It cost me more. It cost me more than $200 more than that this time around.
Ay.
Yeah, it hurts the soul a little bit because it's like, yeah, you got your money back. That's not the point. Somebody out there stole that card from FedEx.
Oh, 100%.
Because it never made it out of the state it was shipped from.
See, that's the shit that always
yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing any of us can do about it, but that's the worst part of all of this.
Yeah, I just kept waiting for it to surface somewhere.
Right.
I wanted to see it and then figure, how did you get this type thing?
Yep. File a police report and all that other because I'd have done it in that situation because you bought it, you paid for it. Granted, I'm sure you got your money back. At least I hope.
And then because I got my money back, the police would never do anything about it because it's not considered theft at that point. It's
postal theft. It's postal theft.
Oh yeah, it's a federal thing, but only the seller can go after it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I was made whole already, I don't have any right to it anymore, but the original owner does. Because while he got to keep the money that I paid for it, eBay ate that money.
Right.
But at that point, I mean, I can't do anything about it, but yeah. I just
and for those in the group chat, yes, the credenza is put together. It's back there.
Every one of those has a TD edition.
So every
Good-
insert.
Good Hand, Last Man Standing, Sparklers, and Star Studded.
Okay.
So I don't know where that.
Because I
They
know
know
there's other Fleer products that have TD editions though too. It's not just
The Fleer Ultra isn't that Seek and Deploy, isn't that Fleer Ultra?
Don't give me the line.
Yeah, Focus too, but
Was it
I can
Focus?
I can see the card, but I'm missing.
For some reason in my mind, I just always thought it was an Ultra card. Maybe it wasn't.
I can. Let's see. Okay, Vinny, fix that, please. Thank you. Let's see.
Fix what?
Because you had major echo there for a second, dude.
Well, I couldn't hear anything for a second.
Maybe that's when it was echoing.
Hopefully.
Let's.
and again, maybe that's part of that set. But again, I'd have to get like an older, because this is what this Beckett's the 2017. So like getting that like 2007 one that has like if you guys got the baseball one, you noticed a lot of that Donruss score. I don't know, Pinnacle in there too. A lot of that shit wasn't in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, again, for the stuff I'm trying to do, I got to go back and get that because that's stuff where I don't care if it's Greg Jeffries or Mariano Duncan or Pat Henkin. I need to know who's in the set. I'm not going to sit there and try to go off an eBay search and hope to God that people are smart enough to list the card correctly because that just we all know.
So Michael, Seek and Deploy was actually from 2001 Fleer Genuine.
Okay.
Say Fleer Genuine?
Yep.
Huh.
And 1 year later, 2001.
Yeah. Maybe it was this. Maybe because I do believe I've seen the star-studded one before.
You may have, because like there is somebody, and I don't remember who it is on Instagram, that for a while, I want to say he posted like 6 or 7 TD editions of various players across the multiple insert sets
Okay.
and sold probably all of them.
Yeah.
So that could be where maybe you could have stumbled across some of them though too, because like
I'm sure that's where I saw him was Instagram. It wouldn't have been Facebook because people don't post cool stuff like that on Facebook. And if I would have seen it on eBay, it would have been on my watch list and I would have known what it sold for. So it had to have been Instagram.
Yeah, they're, and of
I
course
just hate
it's touchdown total for the year
prior to. Yeah.
prior. Yep.
I just absolutely hate the fact that I won that card. The seller's in Illinois, and it's got to go through eBay authentication, so it's got to go to California or Florida.
Of course it does.
I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. They need to make an opt-out of that. And the understanding with the opt-out is if something happens, you're fucked.
Yep.
But that's a risk. I mean, just give me my fucking card. I don't need you to tell me it's real.
Well, like for anything graded, like there should be some sort of validation against the serial number on a card listed on eBay for something that's graded.
Yeah.
It somehow links into PSA and Beckett or whatever. If it lines up, then you should bypass authentication because granted, like there is that slight chance that somebody swapped the cards. Like, let's face it, that does happen. But that's very The percentage is very low.
The fraud things with the fake cards, that's mostly in the Pokemon realm. That's become
a lot of it.
That's become a really crazy thing that people are taking base card Pokemon cards and they overlay something that they printed that makes it look like the rare card, and it's really
like the
just
hollow.
Yeah, and then people get them and they can literally just peel it right off. People suck.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no other way to put it. There is no other way to put it. 100%. You were dead on. So, yeah. So Vincenzo.
There's a card show coming up in Columbia in May that I think John and I are going to go to.
That's cool.
Yep.
So our girl did good.
She lit it up tonight. She came out of the net like 5 or 6 times, cut off angles. It was, like I said, she channeled her inner Tatenda Makaruva, and that other girl she barely saw any shots, and then when she did, she let a couple in. She let 2 in. A blast to the top left corner, which was on a rebound. She stopped the initial shot. Where's your defense? And the next one stopped it twice, and then the third one went in. If you're a goalie and you stop 2 shots, and I don't care how hard or what's going on, if you stop 2 shots in any way, shape, or form,
yeah.
Where's
your defense? Yeah. There should be a clear, at least to force a corner kick, something like.
And people say, "Well, you never played soccer." I said, "Okay, let me put this to you in a way. I've been around a pro freaking soccer club for 5 years. It's the first year I haven't been around them. I learned a few things. I actually learned a lot because the GM of our team." Let me turn that down. The GM
R2D2.
R2D2 is the normal text, and then Meredith Chewbacca.
Okay.
Why? So caveat, we're in this meeting in Chicago one time, and I was sitting there next to my buddy Brian Peterson. And Brian's a big freaking 6'5" guy, beard down to here. He's an engineer.
So Chewbacca.
Yeah. He's sitting there and we were I bought lifesavers, the orange ones, the peppermint, and I was putting them on a table and I didn't think about putting my phone on silent. All of a sudden, and he stops and he puts his hand on the table. He goes, "Who, pray tell, is that?" I go, "My wife." The whole room there's like 7 or 8 people in there. They just erupted in laughter. They're like, "How are you still alive?" I'm like, why wouldn't you do it? If you know being married is being able to push the buttons of the person you're married to, and if they can't accept that, then why are you married?
Yep.
Anyhow, yeah, and then when she calls, it's the Imperial Death March. So
touche.
Makes sense.
And then my regular ringtone, I think, is when Rambo the 4th movie came out, they did like a slow version of Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, and it's like a slow version, and it's very like Rambo-ish, if that's a Rambo-ish. So, yeah. So that's my regular ringtone right now. It used to be Nutshell by Alice in Chains, but people said that was too depressing. But yeah, I know a little bit about soccer. It's like today, DCFC was playing in a Lamar Hunt Open Cup. So when we played Indy 11, which is a league higher than us, they didn't start any of their starters. And we were up 1-0 to the last 3 minutes of the game, and they tied at 1-1. So we went into overtime because you have to when it's playoff type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But DCFC didn't put in Devin, which is their cornerback, center back. He's one of the best center backs in the league. Why didn't you start him? They started the chubby Carlos. He's let me. I'm not going to say it. That's how I just started. They have a skinny guy and they got a heavier set guy. He's not chubby. He's a bigger dude. So skinny Carlos, bigger Carlos. They started bigger Carlos tonight because skinny Carlos, he let in 2 goals last week. And then Tatenda is not even on which I'm like, why wouldn't you start your best goalie? I don't know. But that's just me.
You're also biased.
Yeah, but no, I'm not biased. I'm hard on everybody. So it's 20 minutes of domination by DCFC, and then the other team just kept it null. So it was like second half, they put Devin in because they almost scored twice at the half. Then with like 10 or I think they were in the 70th minute, they did a substitute of 4 people. They put in this guy that last Saturday they had on the bench too and scored 2 goals to tie the game. Then he had the assist to win the game, 3-2. They bring these 4 guys in, they win 3-1. Why do you sit your best players? Just cut the throat in the beginning and then sit back and pass the ball the rest of the game. It achieves the same goal. I never understand why start your best players, whoop the shit out of them out the get-go, and then sit there and the boring soccer that everybody hates. But that's it's strategy. It's a chess match, not checkers. But
somebody's making money on the bets. That's what they're doing.
That's true because last year we were NISA, a 3rd-tier soccer league in the United States, was huge in the Middle East because they were betting on games, which is totally legal. But they wanted something that wasn't that there's no juice you really can put up. It's straight up soccer. You really can't fix those type of games, I guess. But I digress. But see, look good.
You can fix any game.
True. This is true. Paul and I had this conversation the other day. But she looked good. Look real freaking good. We'll find out. There'll be one more tryout for this ECNL team in June, and then regular club tryouts. But apparently we're not going to run 4 teams. We're only going to run 3, and this is going to be our top player team, which I think is dumb because we turned kids away last year. Have 4 freaking teams. 4 teams is 17, 68 girls. Guess what? That's another whatever it is, thousands of dollars a head. But the problem is, can you get a quality coach to coach them? Because right now, Chris, CC's coach, is
right here.
Excellent.
That's the quality coach you need.
The Cobra's in retirement.
Right there.
Yeah.
Throw some of that club money at him. He'll be.
And Joe has the Elite One, the black team. So it's gold, white, black. Ceases on the white team.
The new team can be Periwinkle.
Yeah. Or no, Puce. The code name from Bob Lewis from Christmas, Puce. That
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse. Yeah. But it was she had a good showing Monday, a better showing. She was watching Ronaldo videos, which is odd because Ronaldo's a striker. I'm like, why don't you watch it like Dollarama, Noir, or how do you pronounce his name? Newer.
Tony Viola.
Yeah, the goalies of the last. I'm trying to think. There's another
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo's good, but
no, she was the best during her time.
Yeah, for a female goalie,
she was the best.
Better. There's no better than her.
until she was wonky, but
They, I guess everybody does at some point, but
Yeah.
she's.
The documentary on Netflix about her is incredible.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched it when you told me that.
Yeah, it's really good. It'll really make you really pissed off at the politics of national soccer.
Dude, the politics of national soccer, unbelievable. There's a guy on Instagram, and he basically says that club soccer is the biggest cash cow. They want wins, and he's trying to tell you, who gives a shit about winning? Develop players. Then when they're in high school, when you gotta win to show, for people to notice you, then you win. But till you hit there, who cares? It's about repetition, practice, training,
muscle memory.
Yeah. And that's why we go to Tatenda, why we go to all these extra things. This British guy was handing out flyers at practice last week. And I looked at him and I said, give me one of those. And I'm like, it's a 2-hour a day camp, 2.5 hour a day camp. It's $150. That's cheap as hell. Okay. For soccer. And you get a shirt, you get a ball, and you get something else. I'm like, the shirt and the ball are $50.
Yeah.
Cease plays with a select ball. It's like $85. But I buy the best. I try to get her the best equipment. And it's just like, when you see a club like she's at now, it is very female focused. And that's where we were before. They weren't very female focused. And when you got coaches that her and her coach are like two weirdos in a pod. I could say it because she's my kid. She's not normal because she's my daughter. And it's different. She's happy. She's singing in the car on the way home. I mean, come on. She's having a good time. She's loving it. If you love what you're doing, then freaking by more power of the Almighty, do it. Soapbox retract. Okay, now we're going to extend the soapbox on this vintage shit. Real quick.
You're playing Frogger with soapboxes.
Strongsville, this big old vintage show. Then all this hoopla about there's modern cards there. Who cares? Go buy what you want. You're going to go to a show in Columbia. That's what you just said, Missouri, right? I'm sure there is going to be a plethora of types of cards there. Probably not as much football in the area you want, but you're going to go look.
Yeah.
I used to go to shows 3 times a month. I'd go to a Troy show and I go to the Elks. I go to 2 shows every month. And then every 3 months, I'd go down river to the other show. And sometimes I'd walk out with nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was heavy modern. There wasn't a lot of vintage. Some shows had the Elks show had more modern, and so did the Troy show. Now the one down river, they had more vintage. It is what it is. I mean, guys, just collect cards and shut up about it.
Here's an idea. And again, if we got people watching that are friends, this is no knock at you.
No, it's not. It's
the constant bullshit where it needs to be vintage. Here, I'm going to give you free of charge an idea. I'm going to give you a moment here. Get a scribe, get a tablet, and you can write it down. Pick some stupid fucking place in the States that has like a bigger, not a huge, but like maybe like a minor league hockey team sized arena. like a 4,000 to 7,000 seat capacity arena. Dial them up. Say, hey, the off season. Give me a date, whatever you're choosing. How much would this be to rent said establishment for a weekend? Like, let's say a Thursday night through like Sunday. Get all these war bonds that you have together and the cotton picking money. Put it in your pot. Rent the place out. Next, tell everyone it's a vintage card show. Nothing pre-80 or nothing post-80 or 81 or whatever. For me, the war of like 02, 03, that's when I try to, that's my vintage years. Pre-03. But whatever you're going to notate as, I mean, even if you get the moonshine in your distillery and you got people shining your shoes and you got your like little gentleman's club and you come up with something amongst your peers, have it that year and prior only for your card show. And then contact your dealers that you've been doing. It's like a drug dealer. It's the same people, because again, the same cards are going to the same hands. Nothing's changing. It's not different. I know people like to say it as it's not. Shocking. Get all those guys there for whatever dollar amount you come up with for a table or several tables. And have those people as your dealers. But remember, you can't have those cases because those cases weren't around back then. Those are not vintage cases they're showing cards in. So you either put them all in rubber bands or you just put them without a top loader because those weren't around back 60s. Just put them right on top. No graded either because that's new. That's defacing and devaluing a vintage card that cannot be enjoyed in its natural state, its natural glory. The wax stain on back, you can't run your hand over that. Your fingers cannot enjoy that wax stain or that gum area where it's marked up. You cannot feel that crease from you putting it in your bike spokes. You can't enjoy that. That's not the way a vintage card should be enjoyed and cared for. You know why I can tell you that? Because I can. I'm me, so I can tell you anything, and you better listen. So, get your minor league hockey arena in like Morgantown, West Virginia. Because again, if you're going to Ohio for a fucking card show that isn't the national, sorry, you're struggling in life. It's Ohio. Have all your vintage there. So it's going to smell like B.O., Brute, Old Spice, Stetson, and probably Stogies, and probably stale beer.
Aquavelva and Skin Bracer.
There you go.
You know I'm there then.
Yeah. That's the pie on the windowsill for you. And have it all vintage dealers. Everyone pre-80, or if it was me, pre-2003, because that's when the real war was. So anything pre-03, I've said, that's vintage. But whatever you're going to notate it as your... Because again, remember, when it's YouTube Hall of Fame time, collect what you like. When it's card shows, it can't be fucking modern. Because everybody's got their lips on somebody else's ass. And the human centipede comes through. And everybody gets to taste the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle rookie card. So, old hats that love vintage, again, there's a lot of tit shit in vintage. A lot of stuff that I like. But just like the modern dipshit backyard breaks type fuckheads that need to get hit by a semi, you're in the same fucking clown car that needs to get hit by the semi with this jerking off over vintage. fuck you all. Everybody in between. Like what you like. If you don't, sit in the god fucking damn corner and shut your fucking mouth. Nobody asked because nobody cares. Take a cyanide pill and I'll push you off a bridge. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Fuck, this is just dumb.
Everybody just do you.
Yeah.
Don't push
Simple.
don't push your shit on anybody.
And that's why we like everybody, because people do their stuff. Orlando, Stuke, you do your thing and you don't say anything about it. You do
No.
you.
You
That's
do
why
you.
we like you.
Yep, you do you. Like you're not pushing or trying to convince anybody to jump on board with what you guys enjoy.
I don't want people to collect what I collect because I want to be able to afford it.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is true. This is true.
If you want to say, hey, Strongsville or whatever the fuck it is, that's one of the better vintage shows in the country. By all means, say that. Zip it. Zip it. That's good. That's what we need to know. I don't need to hear because there's not much modern. Shut up. Sit on a fucking cat.
Heaven forbid you collect shit of players you actually saw play the sport.
Yeah, none of you fuckers saw Mickey Mantle in his prime. And if you did, again,
More power to you.
yes, congrats. Did you watch Babe Ruth?
And I
Fuck
don't mean
no.
and I don't mean prime when he was in his 60s at the bar drinking everybody under the table.
When he's at the National in 91 in Arlington, fucking pissing himself and trying to beat up a woman. So.
That was rare form.
Yeah, not
His highest form.
Yeah, nobody watched Honus Wagner. Nobody watched Christy Mathewson. Nobody watched fucking
Shoeless Joe.
Yeah, Cy Young. Any of these people. None of you. None. Half you fuckers don't watch the people today.
Yep.
So don't give me the spiel of, oh man, these are the best. I can watch This Week in Baseball. I can go fucking ESPN before they had a lot of the wrestling and the monster trucks. They had the old 50s and 60s home run derby.
Yep.
I watched that shit. I'm more qualified. I watched that. But I don't sit there and get on my soapbox or a high horse or a pedestal and say, oh my God. See, the soapbox, it's trademarked.
We're allowed. No, we're allowed. We're allowed.
Uh-oh.
Not once has Vincenzo said that we're not allowed to extend the soapbox.
No. That's a fully God-given right to all American, Canadian, and worldly citizens.
I'm gonna put together the credenza.
No, I already put it together. It's already done.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Again, the entertainment center.
I know. I'm aware. I like the unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty good.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. I should say I'm not shocked because again, it's everybody being a whore for making content. But it's amazing where you'll hear people say, "Oh man, there's no time at National," because again, you're enjoying so much at National. But here, everybody's gonna finger up each other's butt. Like, hey, let's make videos. Hey, let's make. I don't know. It's more of that shit than I ever want to see. I might start unsubscribing to some of the folks because I don't care. I don't give a shit about seeing the same Pee Wee Reese, seeing the same 1952 Topps card number 1, Andy Pafko, because it's the first Topps card ever in a set. Oh, do I know some vintage knowledge? Oh no. Who fucking cares? Collect what you want. If you don't like what Steve collects, Michael, Vinny, me, anybody fucking else, shut your goddamn mouth You want to talk shit about that stuff? Stay in your corner, stay at your ranch, stay wherever the fuck you want to stay. Shut your fucking mouth.
Maybe go
Nobody-
down a size and butt plug because you seem to be very irritated.
Jesus fuck. Just
Okay,
dumb.
now that that's out of the way,
Dumb.
that it sort of has to be said because God, just and like you said, Dave, it's like you have vintage, you have ultra modern, you have like no one that just exists and says, I want a GP sports card. They showed the $100,000 they spent last month at their shop. First card they show a Wayne freaking Gretzky, numbered to like 9, I think it was, cup card with this killer patch and auto in a Kings jersey. Freaking gorgeous. 8 minutes in, they go, this was in some dude's closet for 50 years. And when he croaked, his kids brought it in. I think it's 51. Yeah, 51 Parkhurst. Gordie Howe's rookie set. To me, I'm like, and it's in a Tim Hortons binder.
I saw that.
I'm like, what could possibly be in here that this set, it's the set of sets? Well, if you're talking about sets in hockey, 51 is one of them. 79 OPG, 85, 84, 87, 88, 89. There's sets in my head that stick out. Even
94.
78 with Bossy. I think Bossy's rookie 78. No, that's Trottier. But I digress.
90 score, 90 pro set.
Do you know how many freaking good players that I watched were 70s into the 80s?
3.
A lot, but I digress. But like, I don't have the connection. But then I watched old Wings games. I watched old Penguin games. I watch old games, hockey games, and I'm like, huh, that guy's pretty freaking good. So I look him up on the internet, and I'm like, huh, go on YouTube. Then I watch the guy. But if I never watched the guy play, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. 78, 79. I was good. I said 78. I got the front year. And Bossy's rookie, I got a raw one for $3 in a value box that was miscut to hell and back, but I don't care. That's vintage to me. If I was looking for I got a 80, I think 1980 is Bork, 80, 81. I'm happy with it. Raw card. Beautiful. Because to me, those cards were not even taken care of in the 80s. I don't think people really started taking care of cards until the 90s, really, to be honest with you. Because that's when, well, at least when I was there, and that's my experience. I could be completely wrong because I'm an idiot. But I digress. Some facts here. Since
you're digressing a lot.
I wasn't on last week's show because I got sick, and well, instead of Morgantown, West Virginia, we will pay homage to Wheeling, West Virginia, the home of the Nailers, which is an ECHL hockey team for the Penguins, and where my late friend Scott used to coach. Rest in peace, my friend. Also, rest in peace to my friend Dave, who passed away at 50 last week. Not you. Also, Tim. Jeff broke the news to me last night that Tim, Just Hockey, a dealer here that I have bought countless hockey cards from, that I've given to all of you, including Michael, because I've saved some for him. He passed away at the Boston Shriner show this weekend. So rest in peace to him too. And then to Ray Shiro, who was real into the Penguin Stanley Cups. So that's the depressing bullshit we have to deal with when good people die. But
and one more, I found this out today. The Lowest Rung sent it to me this morning. I'm one of the huge Griffey collectors, and again, you've been on the message boards for any length of time, there was like a curio cabinet picture. This guy had the Crusade Red. I don't know what else. I want to say there was like one of the masterpieces was in there too from like either like 98, 97, 99. Magic Papa with his screen handle. Guy that I knew was in the cities. And Lois Strung had said, "Did you see that he passed away?" And I'm like, no. 64 years old. So, and then in his like picture in the obituary, trying to think what it was, some mascot from Minnesota, and he's wearing the Freedom cardboard. The site I did my most damage on after Beckett. I mean, Fourth Card Forum and Blowout and Freedom Cardboard. That's where a lot of us that had, I wouldn't say a lot of intelligence, because I mean, lowest rung, he also went there, but so Magic Papa, Michael, yeah, that was just like interesting. Absolutely flummoxed by that. So the depressing part of the show where to pass on some condolences and RIPs. So as you were, Vinny, I hate to interrupt. I wanted to make sure as a segue was there, I'm like, I want to fit this in because again, just a guy that loved the hobby, good guy, was always looking out if you posted something that you're looking for. He always had something positivity, which again in this hobby is insanely difficult to find.
And
legit positivity.
yeah.
Yes.
And the sad thing is we're the actual positive people. We just call out the bullshit.
Well, not as of late.
Yeah.
I'm with Dave. Like, I'm positive I've been enjoying like blowing useless money to actually open product and shit that I haven't been able to open. Not that it's hobby, but
that's a good one, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna always see somebody on the ice look for that and go to that general direction just because they want to see the chaos ensue.
What was that? That was 90, 91 or 91, 92. One of the two. I forget. Blackhawks and Minnesota. I forget which one's which sometimes because I'm old and my brain don't function. And no, Joe, this is not a velvet tracksuit. This is an Adidas tracksuit. Adidas hat, Adidas this. Shorzy, set the tone.
Hell yes.
And then
so Adidas,
give your balls a tug.
Yeah, and then my balls feel good in these pants, so I bought them. They're $10 at Sam's Club, and they're dressy yet workable.
So Adidas, you're trying to be Corn, Jonathan Davis, or what?
all day. Oh, sorry.
Showing our age there.
Yeah.
That's if we had video of us walking around, you could show our age then too.
Yeah.
With the sound on as everything creaks.
Yeah, I've definitely felt it the last week and a half as I've been putting shit together and picking up stuff and moving it. As I like hunched over and slowly start to stand upright. Oh shit.
There's nothing quite like packing and moving to make you just fucking hate life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the worst.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks.
I'm actually I'm moving in probably a little over a year.
You should start now.
I am.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
bringing
so
to it.
you
I'm
have to.
literally starting now. Everything that we're not using is going into tubs. I am throwing like my garbage can probably weighed two because we have a big one that the city gives us. It's 100. I think it's 100-gallon. That sumbitch was filled to the rim with brim, as they say. That's really showing our age, if you know what brim coffee was. I had that thing to the gills. I try not to stick out too much extra bags, because the neighbors here had a bunch of shit out, and these people had a bunch of shit out the last 3 weeks. So I don't want to be that guy and have a ton of stuff. So I try to do it a little bit, fill that thing as much as I can. Now, some weeks after the kids moved out, I had 18 freaking garbage bags, black garbage bags, the big ones, out of line that freaking front lawn. 18, and my big one was full. I threw away so much shit. I shredded probably 5 of those bags were shredded documents and paper that I just said, we don't need these anymore. We've been here 15 years almost. They're out of the realm of what we need. Gone. Because my wife calls me a hoarder, and I'm a pack rat, but I'm not quite a hoarder. I don't like keep pizza boxes and shit, but I digress.
As I like to say, you're not a hoarder if your shit's cool.
Yeah.
Well, and you can move
my
around.
wife's phone number. This is Michael. Vinny is not a hoarder. His shit's cool. Thank you.
That's how that goes.
You need to get like a 50-gallon drum and then like a grate, and then you could burn all your papers in there.
That's what I used to do in like where my brother worked. They had a burn pile because he was a woodworker, and every week, every Saturday, it was legal to burn stuff. So if you burn wood, paper, that kind of crap, take it all down there, throw it in the burn pile. Boom. Around here in the city, you don't have that luxury because growing up for the 20 some years I lived in Pennsylvania, every Saturday, people burning the wrong stuff and filling the air with crap. Just burn. I'm going to burn 4 tons of leaves. Okay. Paper. Okay. I'm going to burn tires. No. No.
Can't do
You know
that.
what it smells like to an asthmatic? Kiss my ass. Don't do that again. Can't breathe.
Yeah, somebody didn't get the memo. That's not something that's supposed to be burned.
No. And you guys are getting a lot of stuff in card savers because look at this crap. People aren't sending top loaders, they're sending card savers. So guess what?
Unacceptable. I refuse to have you send me cards and card savers.
Well,
Unacceptable.
guess what? And throw them out because I don't care.
Buy some more top loaders.
No,
unacceptable.
I have not bought top loaders since you and I bought top loaders, and I'm due to get them. But I'm going minimalist until I can get everything cleaned in this room. And well, it's gonna take me some time because I got this part of my desk clean and that part of my desk clean today, and now it's filled with shit again. And because I'm cleaning this part of my desk. So
you're moving one from one side to the other.
No,
just moving the piles.
No, because I'm going to take all this stuff here and put it over there. I have bins now. I got these cool Husky bins from Home Depot. They're red and it might have been. Are those Husky? Yeah, those are Husky. From Home Depot, and to put my pens and stuff in, since
you have too many.
Way too many. This is what I used to live in your balls. Happy Father's Day, Cece.
There you go.
And the rest are various work ones from the past 20 years and lean stuff that I did because I'm a lean guy with logistics and
lean. Isn't that what they called like
that
grape,
stuff?
Grape pop
Purple
and like
drink.
nitro?
Purple drink.
Yeah, the Little Wayne.
Yeah, the Little Wayne stuff. But
Yep.
this
Codeine and
That's
yeah.
The purple drink.
Yep. So
not to get confused with purple pills by D12.
Yeah.
The blue and yellow, purple pills.
Right strike. Do. No. And there was another something up in here. Was Stuke. One daughter was a defender, the other daughter was a goalie on our high school team and many traveling teams. Yeah, my oldest two were softball players, catchers like my wife. I was a catcher that never saw the field much, and then I could play left field pretty decent because the ball didn't go there too often. I could hit pretty decent, but it was never my strong suit. My talent was at ball hockey, which is a Canadian great sport. They have it more. I think I was supposed to be born Canadian to play ball hockey professionally, but I digress. And then he has a natural swing like Ken Griffey Jr. At 4 years old, she got a bat and but she's right-handed, and she should have been left-handed. And I think we pushed her to be right-handed, but she can throw with both hands, and she tried to learn the bat. She didn't get into the time, but they came a choice. You either play soccer or play softball. And that last practice, somebody needed to catch. She goes, I'll throw the gear on. She's throwing laces, just freaking bullets down from home plate to second base. And my wife's there just teary-eyed because no effort whatsoever, all natural softball player, just natural talent, and has no interest whatsoever in it. Soccer, she has to work at. And she can play striker, she can play defender, she can play the wing, she can play center back. She doesn't like the midfield because you actually have to run a lot. As Tatenda said, I used to be a striker, but I don't like to run. So I became a keeper. So and even today she goes, I'm not gonna run a lot, Mom.
Pallets. We burned pallets in high school.
Yeah.
I think they still do.
Yeah,
they still do.
Yeah. Unless people were grabbing them to make stuff out. That was a big trend like 4 years ago. People were like, I need pallets. I'm like, what are you going to build out of that? I'm going to build a table in your house.
Like, good luck.
Backyard, okay. But it's
around here. It was people used them to make raised flower beds.
Yep. It's rustic. I'm like, no.
It's fucking homeless.
That's us poor people. What is
shitty wood that's nailed together?
Yeah.
Yeah, the scraps.
Yeah. It's like try to take nails out of that to use it.
Yeah.
And your $500 chop saw. You hear the ding across the room. That was me the other day. Brand new chop saw. And I wanted to cut stuff up and throw it into the garbage because better half ripped out the floor in the bathroom because my daughter's boyfriend at the time put it in. But when you have mastic that you just buy, you're not supposed to mix it. You're supposed to take it out and mix it with a trowel and then throw it on because you don't want to put air in it.
Yeah.
So he used a whirlybird, which is the stick with the thing like you do with mud or paint. And he put so much air in that mastic that when we ripped that up, well, she ripped it up because I was working and then I hear whack, whack, whack. And I'm like, what the actual shit? And she was up there. She ripped the whole freaking stuff out. But you looked at it because I'm the one that had to pick it up and dispose of it. You could see where the tile was breaking because underneath there was no mastic. There was gaps because of the air bubbles. So that's where it cracked. So my nephew told my wife about this other stuff and we bought it. And you just floating. You put down. So she measured all of it today. We went to Home Depot yesterday. Boxes were like this. I mean, the boxes had to be 5 feet long. And I'm like, why are these so awkward to carry? Well, you open them up, there's freaking these rolled up pieces of bubble. And then I'm like, where's the stuff? Well, it was the boxes were only this big, you know. And I'm like, okay, but they're still like $80 a box. So there's 3 of them. That'll cover everything. So instead of buying, we originally were going to get these hexagonal towels and do it, but that's that. So now we're going to put that in, and I got to go get a piece of board to put down over the stuff and then put the toilet back on. I was going to buy a new toilet and a new vanity and a new sink. And then I looked at my wife and she goes, why should we spend money if we're leaving? I'm like, haha, I like that. And so
unless it's going to add some value from a resale perspective.
Well, they're 10 years old and they're in decent shape, so screw it. Yeah,
I get it.
Repaint the bathroom and it'll be back to normal. I got my thing for my hose. I'll spray the shit out of I'm gonna put the toilet right in the front yard. Anybody stops to say anything, I'm just gonna make the quote, shitter was full, I had to take care of it. So do that, and then I'll rinse off the other stuff, and yeah.
Yeah. Should I open something before we get into our top 5?
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Dave, what should I open?
Go with the shitty one. Whatever that. Just to get out of the prism or whatever the fuck it was you said.
The one that actually has the highest potential ceiling, but probably not going to do anything worth a damn?
Yes.
So while you begin that from last week, since I missed, I have a large list, so I'm going to condense it. Miami Vice, A-Team, Shoresy, House, Las Vegas, NCIS, Sopranos, Mr. Rogers. Say something about Mr. Rogers. His natural treasure is a natural treasure. This Old House, Monster Garage, and Wise Guy. Vincent Terranova. There was no bigger G than Vincent Terranova. He was a badass. And that's all I wanted to be when I wanted to be Crockett. Sonny Crockett or Vincent Terranova when I grew up. Either a cop or a gangster. So, who was actually a cop or an FBI agent or whatever he was.
So that's what we're looking for.
Vincent Terranova, was that on PBS?
No, that was on CBS. That was like my favorite show. I loved Wise Guy. Loved that show.
And I don't know how many rookies that you actually get out of a retail box, but they do not fall one per box. So the only thing that I will show is
The Kid Reporter cards?
do what?
The Kid Reporter cards?
Yeah, Kid Reporter card.
Jackpot.
So I'll show rookies, Joe Alt, and then any
Game Gear.
inserts are yeah.
Bless me.
Goodness. Oh, here's our green ice already. Shit.
That was fast.
I'll save it. Yeah, I'll save that because since there's only one.
I'm going to say it's Tony Banks.
That's not a bad rookie. Vlad McConkey.
Yeah. Side note, One of my favorite documentaries ever is called McConkey, and it's about Shane McConkey, who was an extreme skier.
So there's one of the black and white checkerboards.
Yeah. Ayuk.
Like if you get one of the top rookies, like you're doing really good. Of course, as I open these, I'm trying not to look at the back because that's pretty much where the rookies and the inserts are. So, Brandon Allen. I should say Braylon Allen.
I can't believe how much Brees Hall is already like soured on the Jets.
Yeah.
Bijan Edwards. Again, trying not to cheat.
None of that, Michael.
Oh, I'm not making it to full length tonight.
I took a nap in the car to make it to here.
I'm gonna get off here at 10:15 my time because I want to go to bed.
So I'll get through this quick, Michael, and then we'll start.
Take your time. Take your time. Enjoy opening product.
We actually might have gotten lucky. There's another green ice in here, guys.
Nice.
Maybe a top rookie, whoever the top rookie is. I can't hear Caleb.
I think Jaden Daniels would probably be number one.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
So I'll set that aside too. At least that one's covered by a kid reporter card, so I couldn't even cheat even if I wanted to. Unless you actually get a green too, but it looks like a green ice. I didn't watch a whole lot of this open, so
I want one of them to be Edger and Cooper.
So JD Latham, there we go.
There's your Jaden.
It's fantasy.
That's a green ice as well.
It is. I didn't even notice it was green until it was already too late.
Yeah, when you're showing it, I'm like, that's got a green hue to it.
Yeah, that is a green ice. Well, I'll save this. This is another one of the black and white checkerboards. We'll try and save the.
I remember the first year of those were monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The checkerboards.
Yeah, I think they only came out of retail gravity feeds.
Yeah, they've kind of changed them up over the years as far as.
Well, yeah, it's
Quinyon Mitchell, and then there's my silver, one of my silvers, Kurt Warner. Quinyon Mitchell.
I was doing math and I bought a bunch of the gravity feeds from Brian and Neil because I did the math and you have better odds. You get 6 Young Guns in a hobby box, you get 6 Young Guns in a retail box. But if you do the math, you get way more than that in a gravity feed.
Tip Riemann. I don't even know who the hell that is. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that rookie name.
Well, anybody named Tip.
That Jaden's pretty good.
You're destined to get the shaft.
Okay.
Come on, I do want at least one of the top guys. Here you go, Michael. Aaron Rodgers in the Jets uniform.
Yuck.
I don't think he's going to be in a Pittsburgh uniform either, the way it sounds.
I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Trotter Jr. and my other silver is Tyler Lockett.
Ooh.
Minnesota.
I think that's where he wants to go.
I think that's where he wants to go and stick it. Somehow have this miracle season where they win the Super Bowl
Yeah, rumor is he's kind of begging Minnesota to give him a 1-year shot and promising to mentor old JJ.
Ain't a bad deal. I just don't know what Pittsburgh's going to do for quarterback.
Yeah.
Last couple of drafts I've seen,
there's another green.
They're going to roll with Mason Rudolph.
You don't roll with Mason Rudolph. you kind of, I don't know. I want to give him his shot. It's sort of like Kenny.
Again, I feel like Mason Rudolph has been the starter 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just football is losing its appeal for me, and I hate that because I like watching football. Really didn't like playing it much, but
I need another kid report.
I don't know what those boxes cost, Steve, but that Jaden runs about $30.
The boxes are about $120.
Fuck around. Jesus.
The box
I thought you were going to say like 55 or 60.
No.
The box your opening's 120?
Yeah.
And that's retail?
That's retail.
Glad I collect hockey. Shoot, it's free.
There's the other black and white checkerboard.
Because Steve and I were going through my baseball.
Damn, there's another green. Jeez. All right. Here we go. Vinatieri, whoever, Berlachey. It's a rookie.
I don't know who Jordan Jefferson is.
Jordan Jefferson. That's a bust.
I'm assuming offensive lineman.
It is a rookie. I mean, so we got Phil Sims, Jason Witten, Tyler something. I can't even read the.
Travis Kelce insert.
Yeah, so this is going to be a emergent or prison break. Still liking that Jaden. Deshaun Watson, Bobby Wagner. All right, who's our other upside down? Who the fuck is that? Devin Dexter Sr.? Dervin Dexter Sr.? Who the fuck is that?
Fuck if I know.
The Bears.
I even saw 2 Bears games this past year, and I don't know who the fuck he is. Oh, Scary Terry.
McLaurin?
I think it's Terry McLaurin.
It is.
That guy's a stud. I wish he was a Packer.
Like, I'm not complaining with the number of green ices. Like,
I love that Panini says find one on the box.
well, in most boxes that I've seen, it's one.
Yeah.
Dude, a hot box.
Brendan Blau. Another rookie black and white checker.
A lot of Chargers in there too. Christ.
Not horrible. Like the fact of like 2 of the 3 black and whites were rookies.
Yeah.
And I got none of the big rookies either.
Emergent. Trey Benson.
Yeah, Trey Benson. I mean, I beat the odds on the freaking green ice. Like, can't complain from that perspective. But that's Purdy.
at
Yeah.
the party.
Gervin Dexter Sr. is a defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears of the NFL. He was drafted by the Bears in the second round of 2023 NFL draft. Gervin Dexter Sr. plays at 6'6" and 312 pounds. He is currently a 23-year-old defensive tackle with a birth date of October 5th, 2001. Thank you, Google AI.
I was just saying, did you look that up off Timu or what? That's
Exactly. See, right now, Skynet's not that good, but it's learning. John Connor warned us.
Five green ices.
And what, 3 checkerboards? Or
3
4?
checkerboards, which is what you're supposed to get. 2
Okay.
2 silvers, and you get 12 rookies.
And you're so
retail
for
price.
Kurt Warner and who?
Tyler Lockett. So no rookie silver. I've seen worse boxes than that. So the fact of beating the odds, I'll take.
Yeah.
So. All right, Dave, we can go through our top 5. Do you need something, Peter?
breakfast meal. Now, again, this is going to differ for sort of same premise, but I mean, again, it depends. Like for me, I rarely eat breakfast because I'm at work.
Yeah.
During those specified hours. But when I'm not at work, if I'm at my brother's, there's a couple spots over there in Appleton that are, or one's in Menasha, which is close by, and one is in Appleton, and Grand Chute, which again, everything's right there, but that are top-notch breakfast spots. So I'll give a couple of my honorable mentions. Stuffed hash browns and like a skillet with American fries. And those are like little chunks of potatoes, not like.
Yeah.
And my drink of choice always never this bullshit coffee. They can fucking dump that out and piss in it. Orange juice. Not tons of pulp. I can do a little, but usually I like none because I just want to chug orange juice because it's fucking great.
Milk.
So, number 5. Oh, I guess I go with. I had the list earlier, but I'll swap a couple out. I'll move this 5 up. But like a bagel, like some sort of egg on there, cheese and meat, and it's not the bullshit McDonald's fucking like what are the things in the morning, the egg McMuffin things. That's trash. That's fucking garbage. Those again, if you like them, hey, pat yourself on the back like Barry Horowitz. They're
I had to
fucking.
look up who Barry Horowitz was because you kept on saying it. I'm like, who the fudge nuts is he talking about? I almost said the F word, but it's not the Christmas episode. And I'm like, who's Barry? Then I'm like, oh, the friggin' wrestler guy. I'm like, I got you.
He came from the talent back in the day, and then he finally won a few matches. But
You're pretty.
it's usually like an everything bagel, and then like ham on there, like a melted piece of cheese, bacon, and then like the egg. Where I make it, I'll put it in like my omelet maker type deal in the microwave. Put some peppers in there, onions, mushrooms, and then pop that thing on top and be good. And if I really want to get fun, just have like a sunny side up egg. So that when you bite into it, it's just a fucking mess of disaster, yolk everywhere. And I love those. Those are, and it's something where you can eat like one and then have maybe like a some sort of like a potato olé type of situation. Which again, that's breakfast potatoes ish. Breakfast potatoes adjacent. So something like that where it's you don't have to have like a big spread of everything. It's just a sandwich, a few potatoes, orange juice. You're on your merry way. So number 5 would be some kind of like breakfast bagel-y delight. And no, not cinnamon, not fucking cream cheese on this bullshit. Fuck that. No. Bagel, egg, cheese, meats. Michael.
My number 5 does not have quite that many ingredients. It is peanut butter toast.
Okay.
2 ingredients. I love peanut butter toast. My monkey. Hey, Charlie. The dog has woke up. And she wants attention.
Let's say start talking about
Possibly one of my
start
nerd
talking
gummy
about
clusters.
food.
Not for breakfast, Bobby. Not for breakfast.
Well, fried spam.
I'd put fried spam on a breakfast sandwich.
Fried spam, some eggs. I could do that. I mean, that's something.
We had that for dinner the other night, but I've never done it for like breakfast. I could eat it, but I was just stating the fact that that's not anything that
Spam?
we've done. Yeah. Because like spam and eggs, I mean,
That's good.
why not? But
my mom,
So-
my dad made my mom quit eating spam and eggs. He's like, you know what, Rose? We ate that shit for too many years. No more. Because they grew up on eating spam and eggs. And he's like, nope. He used to eat
so
bread and milk with sugar.
so my number 5 is kind of in line with Michael, but cinnamon toast.
It almost made it.
Well, and the only reason why I did peanut butter toast from time to time, but it was very rare for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly cinnamon toast just because it was sweeter, because it was always cinnamon and sugar. Like that's how my mom.
Well, yeah, you have to
It's
put
the way
butter on the
Yes.
toast, cinnamon, sugar mix.
Yep.
100%.
But quick, fast,
Yeah, growing up, there was always a little Tupperware container on the counter that had cinnamon sugar mix in it.
but yeah. So cinnamon toast would have been my number 5.
Go ahead.
Danny.
Go ahead and go number 4. We'll just go reverse snake.
But
Okay.
Vinny hasn't done 5. Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
didn't know if any was participating.
he better.
Well, growing up, my mom makes the best scrambled eggs. I don't know what she does to them. Never paid attention. I don't know if she does something special, but they're the fluffiest ass freaking scrambled eggs in the world. Love them. And a piece of perfectly toasted toast with butter. It's so freaking simple. And then either like some maybe sausage, maybe bacon. Very rarely did we get hash browns. But I told her today we were doing this episode. She's like, "Oh, that's so special." I'm like, "Ma, because I asked what one of the places we used to eat at when we were kids, a diner for breakfast. But my mom's scrambled eggs with a perfect piece of toast, and my daughter thinks the same thing. Grandma makes the best piece of toast. I mean, how could you f up toast? But people,
I know a lot of people that do.
yeah, because it is perfect. The way she cuts it, the way the bread gets indented with the butter that it covers the whole thing, it's perfection. You can't cook much. Sorry, Ma, but you can't cook a lot of other stuff. But scrambled eggs, and she can bake like a son of a gun. I will give you that. But my mom's scrambled eggs and her toast in the morning, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then
I put either milk or heavy whipping cream if I have it. That's what I put in my scrambled eggs to whip them up, makes them super fluffy.
Correct.
And we'll go with the basic breakfast through all of school. Cereal. A lot
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Cereal. a aluminum can of Donald Duck orange juice where you used to pull off the tab and stick a straw in it. every morning when I used to stay at my grandparents, and I'd come downstairs. Hey, Poncho, your food's on the table. Pour your own milk. That was my grandpa, and I would my cereal and orange juice, and I ate that every morning before I went to school in high school, and that's what I ate every morning. The bacon was for the bacon sandwich if I didn't like the lunch we were eating. My grandma would make me a bacon sandwich that was this big with 4 tons of bacon and a bag of chips. That was my lunch.
Yes.
So that was 5 and then in 4.
Yep.
And
Michael?
good idea. Snake draft.
You would be going next, Steve.
Oh, what I? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go with the same thing as Vinny for number 4. The multiple various types of cereal.
Yeah.
So like it's
simple and great.
Yep, as simple as that.
Mine has been my number 4 has been what Alicia and I have been having the last couple weekends. We both love the Krusty's brand pancake mix.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got pancakes, scrambled eggs, and ham steak. And my scrambled eggs, because what I do first is I put some butter in the pan, cook up those ham steaks, pull the ham out, put in the eggs, and in my scrambled eggs the last couple weekends, it's been the eggs, heavy whipping cream, and then salt, pepper, garlic. And mix all that up, cook it. The wife does the pancakes on the griddle. Perfect. Get that. And she cooks the pancakes so good. Again, she puts butter on the griddle and then make sure that the edges get that nice hard crisp on them, and everything else is fluffy. It's the best. That's such a good breakfast. So that's number 4.
It's gonna be easy, but when we go to the weather vane, there's gonna be 2 things I bring up about that, and that's the one in Menasha. It's like a what do you call it? A buffet. There's sausage links, their bacon, and their eggs there. You have the big fucking chafers for fucking catering.
Yeah.
That's the second plate I take. The first plate is going to be higher up on the list.
Okay.
That's the second, but these sausage links are perfect. The bacon's got enough crisp on it. The eggs, like you said, are like the fluffy, not the runny bullshit like you see at a lot of hotels where you dip in there and it's just like a fucking, like somebody peed in your eggs. It's like, oh, that's
you gotta drain the water off of them.
Yeah, that's yum. That's great.
Yeah.
So that, number 3, any variation, well, not any, but I mean, it's within reason, omelets. You stack up some pepper jack cheese in there, the ham, the bacon, the peppers, the mushrooms, onions. Again, I'm not huge on vegetables and that stuff. The more the merrier, because it's just a big fucking, it's like a breakfast gumbo for me. It's like just put shit in there and I'll eat it. It's good. You can, and then I put salsa on there, or I put a little hot sauce. So those 2. Oh, I mean, the breakfast meal is great. I just never get a chance to eat it, so it sucks.
That's why sometimes we do breakfast for dinner.
Oh yeah. I eat Brenner all the time.
Yep. Brenner's the best. I love Brenner.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have a tie at number 3.
It's my number 3.
Oh, is it you? My bad. My bad.
It's been a minute since you've done a snake draft. I'll forgive you.
Just tell me when to go.
Number 3 for me.
Tell me when to go.
Leftover pizza. I love having cold pizza for breakfast. I put it in the fridge at night, and then I take it out. And eat it straight cold from the fridge. I love it.
Do you right away, or do you let it sort of sit for maybe a half hour?
Nope, I'll eat it right away.
I remember Little Caesars doing that with theirs way back when
Oh yeah.
they put the Parmesan on the crust or whatever,
Mhm.
or the crazy bread or whatever. Oh, that was
Yeah, Bobby. He's saying straight cold.
Yep.
straight cold, homie.
I mean, I like room temperature leftover pizza too. Don't get me wrong, but I like it cold too.
Yeah.
I liked it in my late teens, early 20s. Not so much now. Like I gotta heat it up. But I get it. It would have been high on my list at some point. No, nobody said crazy bread, but Dave kind of alluded to maybe the crazy crust when they actually did that back in the day, which was garlic butter and Parmesan, because that's I worked for Little Caesar, so I know how that all worked. Anyways, so I actually have a tie at number 3. Most of this I've tried to focus like as a kid, and then like number 2 and 1 are more older years. But number 3 was my grandmother's waffles with pecans. She made like the best fucking waffles ever.
Oh, that sounds good. Pecans.
So fucking the waffle maker that she had was like ancient, but man, it made the perfect freaking waffles. And of course, butter on the waffle and then freaking caked in fucking syrup. And then I probably mentioned this at some point, but like, and I know this is crazy, but I used to eat a lot of ramen for breakfast as a kid.
Yeah.
Sounds like C.
Ramen's good.
So, and there was no in the microwave shit. It was always made on the stove. So my number 3 is a tie between waffles with pecans and ramen.
One thing that I apparently missed out on was my mom's grandma, my great grandma. Apparently, she made the most incredible homemade from scratch cinnamon rolls. And by the time I came along, she was already old and she had Parkinson's, I believe.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So I never got to experience them, but the way my mom talks about them, I wish I had.
Vincenzo.
Yep.
Oh, hold. Can I interject for just a second?
Yes.
My kid actually provided their list of 5.
Okay.
So I'm
Interject.
gonna go ahead and read it off real quick. So number 5, of course, this is a newer generational thing, but avocado toast / bagel, which like I like it too. I just don't eat it a whole lot, but it is good. Captain Crunch, by far favorite cereal for this one. Then we got specific on this one. Dark chocolate HEB brand Nutella on toast / protein waffles.
Okay.
You know me, I like my food specific.
Number 2,
like the Grizzly mix.
No, it's so. You don't have HEB, do you?
No,
No.
I think that's almost exclusively a Texas.
So you know what Nutella is, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a hazelnut spread.
It is, but this is like dark chocolate.
It's a dark chocolate hazelnut spread.
So
Okay.
this is dark chocolate hazelnut, but it's like HEB brand.
I was referencing the protein things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're just waffles.
There's I think it's like Grizzly brand or something like that makes protein pancakes.
Correct.
Okay.
Frozen and box mix.
Oh, I didn't
Of
know they
course.
made frozen. I've seen the box mixes.
I'll take a
Of course,
picture with you.
Huh.
And then my kid's gonna get specific: scrambled eggs and mushrooms,
That's right.
Only-
Good job.
but only the way I make them.
How do you make them?
The mushrooms?
Yep.
It's the mushroom. So it's butter, garlic salt, and Worcestershire sauce.
And I like cheese in my scrambled eggs.
Have you ever tried using just like the minced garlic in them?
I've done it, yes, in the past.
That is killer.
And then number one, mini chocolate chip pancakes and a Sunny D. So like we used to buy.
Like
I don't
Eggo?
remember the
I don't
no.
remember the brand.
It was almost like an off-brand,
It was something. From
but
Walmart.
frozen chocolate pancakes that basically you put in the microwave for like 15 seconds with the Sunny D. So that was my kids' list. I just thought it was funny that
Sunny D's great. I remember when they had Sunny D Smooth. That was the one I always bought.
So Vincenzo, you're number 3 and 2. Go for it.
Let's see here. Right now, it's Walmart makes a sausage that tastes. It's like the Great Value brand. It's in a blue bag, and it is spot on to almost McDonald's and Coney Islands. And I make those for me and Meredith in the morning on a Thomas's English muffin, and they're fantastic. So
Thanks, child.
that's like the big one, and then we have those. Yeah, they're shaped just like McDonald's, and we have to get them at. There's only one of these stores left around here, Oak Ridge Market, and they've closed all the other ones. So I bought 3 things of them. They taste just like McDonald's. So that's their curtain breakfast. If I'm eating something, I usually eat that. I've tried all these bowls and Jimmy Dean and these little sausage on a biscuit, and what else is in there? The Jimmy Dean sandwiches, all that. But me making them myself, making basically a sausage egg McMuffin, which is what I usually get, or a sausage egg biscuit at McDonald's. It's about the same, because I usually just get a sausage McMuffin with egg, or a sausage biscuit with an egg, no cheese, and a hash brown, and my Coke, light ice. But that's number 3. So it's sort of a tie. Any greasy spoon type of restaurant. So there's like around here, there's Coney Islands are really big for the Coney dogs in Detroit. But there's Leo's Coney Island, there's American Coney Island, but they have the basic sausage patties, eggs, and hash browns. Those Coney Islands are what I have here. But then when I go to the cities in Minnesota, that area for when I work, and in Chicagoland area, there's Perkins. And what I have at Perkins is eggs, hash browns, and country fried steak. Oh, it's my favorite. Everybody knew how to bribe me. If you want to work done, promise me that in the morning, so I didn't have to pay. Well, I was putting it on my company card because they paid for it, but that's one of my. And then when I was growing up, I used to get the same thing, either sausage patties or it was Morriston's. I had asked my aunt today, what's the name of that greasy spoon we used to go to, and they had the same kind of deal. And then there's also Theo's, which is C's favorite place around here. It has a breakfast. You could get like where you would go anywhere else and spend like $15. For $8, you get 3 sausage patties, you get an omelet, you get hash browns for like $10. You can't beat that. Because I'm a fat guy and I like meat lovers omelets with American cheese.
Are you done now?
Yeah. I go into detail, so fuck off. Sorry.
Just making sure. I didn't want to interrupt you. That's why I was asking. I wasn't trying to be a dick. fucker.
I take it back. I apologize. I'm sorry for using the F word, Dad, but it not too quick. I'm on edge a little bit because of work. I am sorry, Stephen Q. I'm sorry. Esquire, defender of no one.
Aye.
Yeah.
Anyways,
My
no, it's me.
Okay.
Then it's you. It's been a while since you've been in a snake draft too. I see.
like 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks.
Okay, it's been like years for me. So
don't even worry about it. The faster we move, the faster you get to bed.
I know
Well,
it's right at 10:15 right now.
I know that's why I was trying to. So number 2 for me is omelets. My grandmother was like, I I haven't had an omelet since my grandmother's been alive, if that tells you anything, because like she was the master at it all the time. And only till I got older would I actually like get an omelet with cheese. I wasn't a huge cheese person growing up as a kid. Go figure. So it was always ham, but it was always a 4-egg omelet with ham, diced ham. But of course, as I got older, then of course I kind of ham and cheese, bacon, sausage, mushroom. Like you kind of branch out a little bit. So number 2 for me is omelets.
Number 2 for me is whether I make it or I go to Country Kitchen. It is country fried steak and eggs. It's a staple. I've been eating it forever. At Country Kitchen, I don't know that I've had. I mean, I went there so many times growing up in my teens and my early 20s with friends. Go there at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know if I've ever eaten more than 2 meals that wasn't this specific meal. Whenever I was there, and I don't even look at the menu when they walk up. I say, country fried steak and eggs over easy with wheat toast and extra crispy hash browns. And by extra crispy, I mean extra crispy. I want them hard.
Almost burnt.
Yes. I want them to be a dark mahogany.
I get you.
Yep. So that's my number 2.
All right, Dave. Number 2 and 1.
Number 2 and number 1 are, I'd almost say, interchangeable. So number 2, biscuits and sausage gravy.
I was waiting for somebody to say that because, like, that would have been on Laura's list.
That is, I can fucking eat. I will make myself sick if there are good biscuits and gravy to eat. Like Hardee's, and this is way back as a kid.
Hardee's made some good fucking biscuits and gravy.
And that's where I fell in love with it. You had that stupid styrofoam little 2-pack container thing, and it was great.
And it was like a tan brown color, and it actually said biscuits and gravy on it.
And that's the one at the weather vane. That's the first thing I get. I'll put 4 biscuits on there, open them up. It's a plate just full. And my brother's always like just shaking his head. I'm like,
fuck
what
you.
do you expect? What are you fucking stupid? I mean, this vessel needs to gain more mass, and this is a perfect opportunity to do such. And the thing that we usually make on when we go to camp on the North Shore, because Trista likes making them, or she will make them for me, because I hate putting this together. My number 1, and I can just mow through these. And again, something I can easily make myself sick by eating a ton. I don't like the frozen ones because they're fucking trash. Breakfast burritos. I don't want fucking stupid potatoes in them. That's filler. That's fucking filler. I don't want them. So it's always eggs, whatever the meat is, maybe a 2 or 3 meat, shit ton of pepper jack hot cheese, and then salsa. I've got my fucking big bottle of salsa. I just spoon it out, nibble across the top, spoon. Well, not nibble, but I mean, it's just like going down each time with take like 2 bites. And I mean, there's like 6, 8 of them, and I'll finish 4 or 5, and then I'm like, I can't eat another thing for a day because they're so good, so filling. And most of the time, it's like the bigger one. It's not like the smaller El Monterey ones or whatever. It's like we make
Yeah,
the
it's the giant tortillas.
out of like the fajita, the wraps or whatever. So, and then usually again, we get the whatever vegetables as well, but you put it on the griddle that we're cooking with by the lake, warm it up a little, get it a little crispy, melt that cheese in the inside, then add all your shit, wrap it up, and then you like brown it up a little bit around the and make it fucking hell, so fucking good. And both those two, it's like I can eat, just keep on feeding me. Homer Simpson and the donuts in hell. More, more. Don't care. My stomach explodes, whatever.
All right,
My mouth can still taste the food, so.
Well, we're on the same wavelength, Dave. My number one, and my mom makes the best for me. Homemade sausage gravy and biscuits. I take 2 biscuits, open them up, so there's 4 of them sitting there on the plate. I cover it in the sausage gravy. Then I put 2 eggs over easy on top of it. And then she makes extra crispy hash browns with extra sharp cheddar melted into them. And I put that on top of it. So there's a whole plate of just, it's so good. It weighs like 3 pounds. I eat it, and then I go to sleep in a chair.
I was going to say, you go take a nap.
Yes. And it is the best. We have that every Christmas morning.
Okay.
And it is my favorite breakfast, bar none.
Yeah, anytime you can add eggs in there. And I like the eggs with, like you said, like either over easy or sunny side up where the yolk can run.
Yep.
I'm all about that. As a kid, not so much. I didn't mind it. When we got eggs as a kid, it was like a more important breakfast. But now it's like I want that yolk to be everywhere, so everything gets fucking saturated and everybody gets to join in the pool. And it's not over here. No, it's everywhere. I don't give a fuck.
It's everywhere, and it's the best.
Yes.
So my number one, somewhat on the same line as Dave, but like, so we call them breakfast tacos. It's the same concept. The only difference is it's eggs and sausage cooked together, and then cheese and salsa in a tortilla. That's been a Christmas tradition for as long as I can remember. And what's sad is they're super easy to make, but yet we only seem to have them on Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. Go figure. My kid hates them. That's probably why.
I just don't like.
They don't like the mix. They would prefer like eggs and sausage separated. They don't want it together.
Yeah, I cook it all in one pan.
Yep.
So
we make breakfast burritos quite often, and it's usually whenever I go to the breakfast burrito route is because I'm too lazy to fry the eggs over easy. I'll just be like, I'm like, I just don't want to make that mess. I'll make the scrambled eggs, but we put sausage and cut up ham steaks in there, and then we put in cheese. Usually we'll put cheddar mixed in it, and then once it's all done, put slices of white American cheese on it and put the lid on it and let that melt. White American cheese is like the best melting cheese. So good, but it's very rich.
Right.
But yeah, breakfast burritos are awesome.
Yeah. All right, Vincenzo, number one, so we can let Michael drop off and go to bed.
Yes.
Well, Michael took my pizza because that's just pizza's freaking honorable mention.
He's not taking anything. It can still be your number one. Who gives a shit?
Well, I'll say it's number one adjacent. Speaking of breakfast burritos, I started making them myself, like the ones they do at Taco Bell. You put your sausage, you put your eggs, you put your hash brown, and then Meredith likes hot sauce. So I agree with the burritos. But the number one all time is my grandma. Whatever she made, I don't give a shit what it was. You always had a potato, you had orange juice, you had sausage, steak, eggs, just kids, my brother's crew of guys, my crew of guys, mainly me and my baby brother. They'd come and crash. We played Nintendo all night. We'd all wake up after like 3 hours of sleep to the smell of just perfection because Granny could freaking cook like nobody's business. And one night she made kid goes to, what do you want for, my granny goes, what do you want for breakfast? He goes, steak and eggs, please. And my brother looked at him like, the shit. And my grandma,
This ain't no 5-star restaurant.
my granny went in there, took out a freaking T-bone steak and made it for him. I said, that was my gosh damn steak. She goes, Vincenzo, I will get you another one. But she and the kid just looked at her like, you made the order. Granny, if it was for us kids, that woman did everything. Bless her soul. And because we grew up, breakfast was
that feeling.
It whatever it was breakfast wise, that was the best. But most of during the week, it was the weekends we got those good breakfasts.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday is when it was
the steak and egg. The steak and eggs is the Twister special.
Yeah, and then like if we didn't go to Morrison's, or that was like the place for breakfast if we sat down. But most of the time, it was like the McDonald's breakfast, Burger King. And those were all, when I was growing up, they were 30 miles away, or 30 minutes away. So I very rarely I enjoyed Burger King, McDonald's, and Hardee's, like Dave said. We still have Hardee's here. Shelby worked at Hardee's. Mm-hmm. And we went 2 weeks ago. I had a monster biscuit. The biscuits are fresh. You have ham, sausage, bacon, and then a thing of the hash browns, and you eat that. I didn't eat nothing all day after. Mayor's like, you're not hungry? I said, I ate 1,000 calories. I'm freaking good. So
Bobby, grits actually are more a southeast thing. It's not a southern thing. It's more a southeastern thing.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia,
Mississippi.
Yeah. That's not. Don't let it fool you. It's not a southern staple.
And answer Jeff's question, have you ever been to Leo's Country Oven on John R. and 12 Mile? Is that over by? I think that's by Mott High School, where the kids went to school. My oldest two. It used to be something else, and that's where Shelby always used to take Henry, the guy she worked for, to breakfast, and it was good then. I just looked it up on. I think that's where it is. It's it's Leo's. It used to be the Country Chef, or just the Chef. It might be. I think that's what, or Cozy Cabin. If it was the Cozy Cabin, I think that's what it was called, Cozy Cabin. It for freaking food's excellent. So if it's still that kind of quality, I might just have to go there. So you'll have to let me know, Jeff. Is that the former Cozy Cabin? If so, I will add it to my list.
Yeah, leftover KFC cold is that's gold.
But
leftover fried chicken in general is great cold.
Doesn't happen.
No,
doesn't happen. White Castle sliders and fries. Yeah, down the street from the BJ's Wholesale. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so if you're in Appleton, Sheffo is like a little, like your mom and pop. The Weather Vane, that's sort of like your, not upscale, but that's where the good breakfast buffet. And there's, I don't know how many are around there, but the Machine Shed, it's like a big red barn looking thing. That's got like good home cooking too, like not the greasy spoon, a little better than a greasy spoon, but the same type of food. Those three in that Appleton area are, and I know there's more, but that Weather Vane, that's just like, told my brother, I'm like, you could fucking have 10 new ones, and I'm like, I don't care. I want to go to the weather vane and I want to sit there and like they have to wheel me out in a wheelbarrow or something because I just can't move. And there's steps involved. And I don't eat a lot. I don't want to be walking and on steps because then I feel like I'm like my 600-pound life blow out like an ankle. Looks like somebody shot me from like blank rain.
South of the cities, by the plant where I work, there's a diner there, same kind of menu. Perkins is here. There's another Anna's, Georgia's, some shit. Their omelets fabulous. I've found more breakfast places in Minnesota and in Chicago working there because you had to find something different every day. Chicago, not so much because they had a breakfast buffet in Chicago at the hotel. Every day was something different. Every day it was fabulous. The people knew me. They're like, "Hey, Vincenzo, your 2 glasses of orange juice are staying there." I'm like, "Thank you, diabetes." You'll get your $3 daily tip. And every morning at 5:00, I was down there, and I would 5:30 out the door, 6:00 at the plant or at the distribution center, until 6:00, 7:00 at night. But breakfast to me is, even though it's like the made up meal that everybody says the most important meal of the day, bullshit. But I could eat it anytime, any day. Good topic. Thank you, David.
Greek restaurants make some of the best breakfast too.
Hell yeah. Theo's. If you come here for National next time, we'll take you to Theo's for breakfast. They cook their full menu. All the time they're open, they'll cook the full menu. But their breakfast, their omelets, dude, they're freaking fabulous. And they're cheap. They're like, $8 is too much? No. $8.99 is not too much when you get an omelet like this, filled with sausage, bacon, and ham with cheese, a side of well-done hash browns, 4 pieces of toast, 2 pieces of toast, and a drink in the old school diner glasses like this. What more do you want in life? Right. Maybe some more vintage, but I digress.
Well, we're just a little over the 10:15 for you, Michael, but we made it.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. You all enjoy the rest of your night and your week.
You do the same.
We'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday next week, whatever it may be.
Yep.
Monday.
Wednesday night, Brad will be here.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that Wednesday next week again. Okay.
Yeah. Draft preview.
Skipping top 5 for the week.
No.
Prop.
Okay.
It'll be a special top 5 Brad edition.
I only figured out this week's top 5 yesterday by looking to see when the podcast was. I didn't get heads. I'm like, okay, I can come up with that.
Hey, I made a community post.
Yep, you did.
Yeah, but I don't go on YouTube and look at anything sports card related anymore.
So. Well, it's not really sports card related though, but it's posted on the IRP channel. Hey,
it doesn't pop up in my algorithm.
And what 20 minutes into the show last week, I was seeing purple elephants, and I was just like, man, I couldn't keep my head up. My head hurt so bad, and I was puking and everything else. So,
joy.
Well, Michael, always good to see you.
Yep, good to see you guys. I will talk to you all later.
Have a good night, my friend.
Good night.
I'm gonna go run and smoke real quick.
Okay.
And then I'll at least open one more thing, and then we can call it a night because, I don't want to be doing this for 3 hours. Go ahead, Vinny. If you want to show something, go ahead. I want to see it.
So first, this I have not seen. This is numbered to 25. Remember, they started to do the portraits for Upper Deck.
Yep.
So this is numbered to 25.
Looks like it's out of stature.
It's not. It's got a.
Or it looked like it'd be something out of stature.
Probably why it's hard to find. 15-16, which is McDavid year, Upper Deck Series 1. So
okay.
To 20. This is number 9 of 25. So a Shelby out of 25, and this is for the good doctor. Not for him. This is mine because I've been looking for this son of a gun forever. So out of 05-06 Fleer Ultra,
That's Crosby.
Crosby and Malkin. And if this was the Crosby or Malkin, I'd be sitting pretty New York City, as they say.
Oh, yeah, you would.
But this is Crosby, 87 out of 100, I believe. Yes, 87 out of 100. This is the platinum medallion.
Nice.
Very nice.
And I know Joe, I got you, brother. As soon as I find another one, we're going to take care of your ass. And we'll get
as soon as Vinny finds another one, he's going to get that because he really, 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 really likes that.
Loves.
He holds that card in high esteem.
Yes. So if once I get my 4th or 5th copy, Joe, it's all you, brother.
He might consider you. Might.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So,
I can't. But
so before I go smoke, Vinny, you can let this marinate while I go smoke. Of course, like we need to make him no longer big. These are your options of what I can open next.
Okay.
We've got the Gravity Feed Box 2024 Rookies and Stars.
15,
It's all about the
16,
all about the rookies pretty much in that one.
Yeah.
15, 16 Master Case Upper Deck Hockey.
Yeah, not happening. 2024 Donruss Retail Box. Mostly about the rookies, but there's red press proofs, and then of course there's a chance for downtowns, but highly unlikely.
13, 14 National
Shut
Treasures.
the fuck up, Dave. And then 2024 Optic Football Mega.
So it's either going to be Gravity Feed will save because I like to do that.
Okay, just
either going to
let that marinate. Let that marinate. I'm going to go smoke real quick.
And Jeff, yes, David, we need to do a NHL bracket when it comes out. When's the playoffs start? Let's research department.
Like next week, I think. Either that or this weekend. Because I know what tomorrow's last day of the season.
Oh shit! They start. You're right. This Saturday, so this would have been a perfect week for them.
But we don't have the brackets, so
yeah. So what we'll have to do? Some games
live on Friday night because nothing's going on Friday, so we go on then.
No. Before we start with Bradley, because it's always a long ass episode anyhow. We'll
try to hammer that out as quick as we can, and
and you could even probably message Brad and say, "Hey, you have some NHL expertise. Why don't you go?" But I haven't showed a card for a while because I've been doing my own videos. If you haven't noticed. Almost an hour each, the last two, I think. So we got to go to Kalamazoo Saturday. So tomorrow she's got regular practice, and then Friday she's got keeper practice. Saturday morning they're going to get their nails done, and as soon as we're done with they're done with that, we're going to Kalamazoo, which is like 2.5 hours away, 3 hours. Basically, get there, play the freaking game, the match, and then come home. So I'll probably get home at 9 o'clock on Saturday. So it's gonna suck. And
so what are they doing in the morning?
They're getting their nails done.
What are they doing in the morning?
They're getting their nails done.
Not how you say it.
Their nails did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So they're getting Haley and Meredith and C are gonna get their nails did. And then during that time, I have another box sitting there. I have several, as you can see behind me. I have enough cards to make some content. So there's a shoebox sitting over there. I'm gonna look through it tomorrow, and I think that's the next one I'm gonna do. Should get another hour video. I am banking that because this will be my 3 years of activity, that I will be nominated for the YouTube Hall of Fame because it is my hope and my dream in this, since he's not here, hobby, bing, to be a YouTube Hall of Famer. I look up to Bob Lewis like you can't imagine. I love you, Bob, but no.
Well, everybody looks up to Bob because he's so tall.
He's only 2.5 inches taller than me, so.
Well,
And at the rate C's growing, she might be the only one in this hobby that looks at him. She bought a pack of cards tonight. I was proud of her. So we went to pick up her kits because they have to get labeled. Like I told young Edward, they got to get the Buffalo Wild Wings on the front and the State Farm on the back and her number, and then her certain patch here, and then her club logo here on her keeper kits. It's cheaper to buy them. They got to be Nike, and the club color is orange, and she doesn't like them very much. She likes what we found. So it's a long sleeve and a short sleeve. It was $60 to get them labeled up, and it was $50. So we saved probably $130 by doing it our way. So if you could save $130, guess what? This day and age, we're going to do it. But she looked over and I wasn't even around. I was looking at hats because I needed a new hat for her club because I don't have much because 90% of my stuff is the Stars. And now I might have to buy a DCFC thing to support Tatenda, but I still haven't bit the bullet on that. Oh, that's 91.92 OPG Premier.
Game Gear.
Yep.
Still have these. When you said she bought, still have.
Oh, those. I have those, a pack like that. I'm looking at them right now. They're the basketball. They were at BJ's Wholesale. Speaking of BJ's Wholesale, they were on sale for $8.99 clearance. So I grabbed two of them. And they're I don't know who's rookie year, but yeah, original 6. I have a fair few of those boxes sitting up there. Where can I see them? Those are in green OPG boxes. She'll enjoy the hell out of those. She loves her Pokemon, but she bought soccer cards. So she bought soccer cards. I was happy. And as you see me in all my glory here, standing here headless horseman, but I'm gonna go grab these real quick. Hold on. So you were showing that. Let me see if I have a box handy. No. So I have none of those out, David. The OPG. I think they're all in this white box sitting over here. I put them all in there. But let me just look. Looking. No, I don't have any of those handy. But Haunted Hoops, 40 NBA packs per bundle, 3 NBA cards per pack. So I got 2 of these. I might open one and then, but they're this.
Oh, the Haunted Hoops.
Yeah. So there's Steph Curry, Jokic. Who is that? That's Luka, and I don't know who these 3 other freaking guys are. That proves how much I watch basketball. Who are the first 3 guys?
Gregarious Alexander. Is that Giannis?
That's
I think.
Giannis.
Giannis.
It looks like Giannis.
Yeah.
Gotta be Lillard with the 0. Does it say Rip City or whatever? For his jersey, 0.
The names are on the bottom. Judas Priest.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's 03, 04 or 23, 24. So like that's Wemby rookie year.
Oh, so Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, and Therese Halliburton. Steph Curry, Luka, and Nikola Jokic. Yeah, 23-24 Panini Haunted Hoops. Features a 300 card set, included 279 base Haunted Hoops and 21 base Rising Stars Haunted Hoops. Also look for the randomly inserted base Haunted Hoops Orange Slime Hollow Webs Hollow Candy base Rising Stars Haunted Hoops Orange Slime Hollow Web Hollow Candy. On average, non-base cards are included approximately 1 in every pack. So
Yeah, that's again Wemby's rookie year. So
And I'm bleeding everywhere, all over my pants. Damn it!
Well, lucky they're only $10 from Sam's Club. Or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
but I don't. I wear them until they fall apart. So these got to last like 10 years.
Well, I know I'm in that same boat until my crotch runs apart.
I bought you a pair in what was that 2020? Those 3 pairs of shorts I got at the outlet for you. I figure in 2030 I'll have to buy you a couple more pair for Christmas.
That's right.
so what'd you decide on, Vinny?
Go with number 2 because that's what we've talked about. Who is that? Earl
White
Campbell?
dude.
There wasn't numbers like I gave you products.
You showed me 3 things. Uno,
Yes,
dos, tres. I go with 2.
which
Donruss.
was thank you. I was like, which was
Optic
what?
was 3. Donruss was 2. The gravity feed was 1. Gravity
So-
feed is going to take too damn long. Who is that? It's a penguin. I can't see.
From Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Oh, Niskanen.
Galagowski.
Oh, go.
And then, of course, the rare.
All right. So I'll try and get through this fairly quick, and then we'll need to wrap up.
That's an interesting combo, Bobby. Corned beef
Because-
hash with an egg on top with light rye toast with peanut butter and jelly. Interesting.
I'd take away the peanut butter and jelly, but the toast, egg, and hash.
Yeah,
That's I've had that before.
yeah,
What about
that's not bad. Who is that?
Protein.
Protein.
The peanut.
Black. Yeah, black.
Yeah, that's the 1-1.
Oh,
Open sesame.
All right, I'll try and get through this fairly quick.
Well,
Because again-
Trooper or
Then we'll need to. It's trooper. Because I heard you. Because unfortunately, it's not like we can let them go in the backyard like we used to. Elite Series rookies. Joe Milton rookie. Come on, work with me here. Have a good one, Bobby.
hey,
Good
Bobby.
to see you.
Yeah,
Later,
good.
Bobby.
White hot rookies. The rookies, Javon Baker. Tajon Palmer rookie, which is nobody worth a damn. And the nice thing about it is, like the rookie is not on the back, so I can't spoil it.
Aren't they usually in the middle on Donruss?
Or
There's
close.
Jade and my boy Bo Nix.
There you
So
go.
that's my first Bo Nix.
There you go. Oh,
No, in most products the rookies are on the back,
yeah.
but like all the Donruss stuff that I've seen or noticed, they're not on the back. Elite Series, Josh Allen. Hey, at least I'm pulling the JJ McCarthy.
Decent rookies.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's one of the red Prespers. Scary Terry. That's the only reason why I bought this one is because like I'm hoping to be able to get the decent or the heavy hitter rookies. Laiatu Latu, Sion Vaki is the rookie. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
No, I've heard of him. I just don't know where at. Enough that Indy got somebody of that though, but I'm not sure.
It says Lions.
Well, I made a good investment.
Bottom squad, Josh Allen. There's a Blake Corum. That's not horrible. Would you care to elaborate, Vincenzo?
So I paid $8 for these things, and they're going between 24 and $40 for a 40 pack. The 90 pack, I don't know what the difference is. Other than
50 more packs. That's the
piss
difference.
off, Dave. I mean, it's in vendor. You know what I mean.
But does he?
The 90 packs are about $90, so $1 and I see it for $60 here, $80. So I say half of the lowest price, they're like $30. So I made $22 if I sell them one day.
Yeah, if.
Yeah,
There's a Brock Bowers. There's Caleb. So there's three of the big. Now I just need a Jaden. Well, I guess who's the other one? May, and then what? Spencer Rattler.
You don't want him.
Well, he's
going to be usurped by whatever the Saints take.
Well, I
Thursday.
know it's not like he's not top tier, but I was thinking as far as the other rookies. Those Panini incense are so fucking ugly. Peyton Wilson.
oh,
Glad I at least got me a Bo Nix at least.
was that a regular Bo Nix or something special Bo Nix?
No, just rated rookie.
Yeah, still that's the one I'd prefer to have.
Luke Kuechly, Malik Neighbors rookie. So one of the better receivers.
Excuse me.
Of course, it'd be crazy if I pulled a fucking downtown, but there's a retro Marvin Harrison. That's a good one. Those retro rated rookies are actually one of the better inserts as far as resale value is concerned.
You could be like all those influencers with the downtowns.
Dominators, Josh Allen, and then a Jonathan Brooks.
Downtown, kaboom, kaboom, downtown, from downtown, kaboom.
Now they have uptowns and downtown duos.
Oh, geez, Maurice.
The uptowns, I mean, they're pretty, man. I'm not going to lie.
We could call them the Billy Joels.
Jonathan Taylor, Ricky Pearsall, Ricky. Downtown Legends this year in Optic, they're black and white. They're actually very clean looking.
So it's got a very vintage feel to it.
There's sepia ones, the lowest rung will
Cade
be
Silver.
those.
There's me another Bronco rookie, Troy Franklin. Of course, I'm going to need, is it Estimate? Isn't he the other one?
How many packs you got there in one box?
There's enough. There's your Patrick Queen Dominators. I think it's 24.
Okay, so this is a retail box.
Yes, this
Not
is, yeah.
Not a mega or
No, this is a retail.
okay.
Yeah,
Trying to
it's
decide the next box.
cheap,
to buy.
cheaper to buy this than what it is to buy a mega box.
I don't know. I haven't bought wax in a long time, and I'm getting the itch.
No, dude, Donruss megas are going for over $100.
I'm not looking. I'm gonna
Retail box costs you $80.
Yeah. If I can find out in the wild football that's cheap, I'll
This is
grab it.
JJ.
Or basketball to throw on a shelf and sit and maybe open one. But I'm gonna stick to my wheelhouse, which is soccer, hockey, and baseball. Those are my sports. Those are what I love to watch the most. So I'm gonna stick to it. Like Edward would say, watch what you love and collect what you love. So watch the games.
Well, yeah, because at some point we got to finish our trade too.
Yeah. I don't even know where the hell I put those cards. I know I wrapped them in a rubber band and put Steve on them. So
I know where all your stuff is.
well, by the time I'm done in here, like I told Meredith, I have to have this done by end of summer. But C's got to go to school like to June 11th or some bullshit like that. I'm like, really?
Come on, 3 packs left. Give me a fucking Jaden, damn it.
Yeah, happy birthday to Steve. Come on. She didn't get anybody good in her pack too
There's
tonight.
my Javon, my other red press proof bomb squad, Kelsey.
So if C's getting into soccer again, I'm gonna have to start looking at soccer stuff.
Well, remember that's most of the trade too.
Yeah.
Is on my soccer stuff.
I don't even know where the hell I did with those boxes I told you I was going to give you too in that
There's
trade.
the other red press proof. Evan
Not like I can't find them, but right now I'm more in cleanup mode than anything. By the end of this summer, this basement's going to be, you'll be able to eat off the floor.
All right, last pack. Damn, what the freaking all the red press proofs and the freaking like the last few packs.
At least you're getting them.
Dallas Turner throwback and a Devin Leary. No fucking Jaden.
Who, Jaden Daniels?
Yep. No Jaden Daniels. But I got Bo and JJ and Caleb. So again, opening this for fun, anyways. Wanting to
Double goal.
maybe at some point get lucky, put together a set. I don't know.
That's Christmas so far. The rest is sitting at ComC. I'm going to do a lot of damage on ComC because the offer function on ComC, you accept it and it just sits there until you get a big shipment. Then you blame Paul. What's this big box is from what is this? Oh, Paul sent me some stuff. I love you, Paul. And thank you for taking the hit for me because out of all of our people, Meredith knows you the least, but it's starting to know you the most in not the greatest of ways. But I digress. You're the crane guy. The crane guy.
Crane guy.
Yeah, that's what my dad calls him, the crane guy. My dad always asks, how's the crane guy doing? And I'm like, yeah, because he finds it fascinating that he runs a crane. I said, I have very interesting friends. My circle of, there's what of us? 9 of us in that. 9 of us in that group chat that would probably, if you would like read that out loud in Strongsville, demons would come out of the vintage. And then there's Michael and Brad that are not in that chat, but Michael would never be in that chat. Brad, I don't know if he wants to go down that road, but hopefully, maybe I got to look at this card show that's coming up in early May. I might go to that and see what's there. I might have a little Panegi in my pocket, as my grandpa would say, and see where we go.
That's interesting. 25 inserts out of a 24-pack box.
So one pack had two.
On average, non-base cards, approximately. Oh, that says 6 in every pack. I don't think so.
Those are from Bob Lewis.
There's like one rookie per pack, and then there's 4 red press proofs. All right, Dave, wrap us up.
Well, thank you all for watching. Maybe you learned something from breakfast. Next Wednesday, Brad will be on talking NFL draft if you're up in near Green Bay. So it'll be held this year, so stop on by. I'm sure it'll be free to the public. I mean, everything's free now, right?
Absolutely not.
The levels of incompetence, I've just, yeah, every day. Like, no, it can't get worse.
Oh, it can.
Hold my beer. So
Rick Jackson's immortal words. Don't worry, Vincenzo. It'll only get worse.
that's right.
As
Nowhere to go but down.
cigarette for today.
So if you like the NFL, probably like Jeff said, with NFL or NHL, maybe we'll breeze through a quick bracket. I'd like to get Jeff Morris back on too, but I don't know when the next week, but that'd be, I don't know. I'll send him a text.
Is Ottawa making the playoffs?
I think they're in.
So if they're in, give him a little time. Because last time I talked to Jeff was about a week ago, and he was at the Ottawa-Pittsburgh game, and he sent me a picture. He's like, "Here's my current situation." I was like, "Oh, that ain't a bad situation to be in, brother."
No, so that would be the next Tuesday or Wednesday. So like the end of the month, I think.
May. Hold on. Another announcement while I'm thinking about it. May 6th, 7th, I'm out for work. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I know I'm going to be detained. So maybe the show a little bit later that week.
That whole week is pretty much softball.
Yeah, that I remember you saying there was a lot of softball that week. So we'll have to see about figuring out if we have a show that week. You guys can go, but I'm just telling you, I probably ain't going to be there because I know that we have something on Tuesday scheduled from 6:30 to 9. And by the time I get home from an hour away where my office is or where we're having this shindig, boondoggle, yeah, I'm not going to, I love you, but I'm going to, because I got to wake up the next morning and do the same shit again. So I don't know if I'll be in the mood. Okay.
And yeah, that'll be like next week too. Maybe we start a half hour earlier. I don't know because it's going to be a long week.
Yeah.
I think there's three days of travel in there.
Yeah.
And the 3 days are Monday. Tuesday is 2 hours down and 2 hours back. And then Friday is Two Harbors, which is just north of Duluth. So that's like an hour and a half, hour 45 to the North Shore, which is nice, but it just gets tiring. And then you're standing. I'm standing outside for the varsity, then the JV game, and that's usually about 3.5, 4 hours. Standing outside with fresh air is great, but fresh air is also very tiring.
Yes.
So, yeah, five games next week. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So she probably should start seeing a little varsity action because you'd hope the coach isn't going to sit there and run his daughter into the ground. But we've all seen that play before, so I'm not holding out hope. She's sort of like whatever, but like her to get in there maybe against Two Harbors. They were not. She did well against them JV last year, and so I don't know. If you want to watch softball, she's got stuff up. I put stuff up. Batting was when you see 17 pitches and 16 of them are balls, that can't do much. I'm like, good eye, but she's like, I wanted to hit so bad, but I'm like, again, I'd rather have you get walks and not
Absolutely.
go backwards and you getting hit. So, and then pitching wise, we looked over a lot of stuff that was sort of scatter shot there. And again, when you're not used to playing on that turf, that's always a thing too. You're used to dirt. You're used to like a rubber that's an actual rubber instead of like the bar or whatever. So I said, there's things you got to work on. You did well, but this is a team that was not good at all. She's like, I know. I said, so be aware of that. So, 'tis the season. So until next Wednesday, again, depending on maybe Tuesday night, you guys check out, see if we got a community post. We go a half hour earlier. Again, because Brad's hour ahead of us. He's got to wake up early. Tomorrow's my freight day, so I got to wake up earlier than other days. So yeah, we'll see. Keep or stay tuned for future whatever. So for Michael, Vincenzo, Steve, Dave, this has been the Strongsville episode 226. Remember, it's vintage or nothing else. Or is it? Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
I've got a nose for these things. A nose.